So I'm
Why you-
flipping through. So I'm flipping through my feed, and up comes this feed for Naughty Girl Fitness, right?
Holy shit! Now, what is that?
Naughty Girl.
What?
Well, it's Naughty Girl Fitness. Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I'm Randy Twyford.
And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode. Oh shit! I was just gonna look at this.
This is episode. Oh shit!
Shit.
No, it's episode 90.
Opposite of shit. Oh.
I couldn't remember if it was 89 or 90, but it's episode 90. Guys, we only have 10 more until 100. That's not a lot.
That's a lot of planning went into this episode. You can tell.
Yeah.
This is episode. Oh shit!
Episode 90. Woo!
Episode 90.
God, we've made a lot of these.
How long do you think this thing can go on? How long do you think we can babble about our lives?
Oh, Darren, I know.
Oh, between us three for a long time.
Between us three, we pretty well got this dicked, you know.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be around for a while. It's until you get bored, more or less.
Until I get bored. Yeah, we got our custom Emma Christmas presents. We got our custom Cue the Mic.
Yay!
Yeah, she's so thoughtful.
Nice.
She thinks of things like that. We're not talented enough to think like shit like that.
Fuck no.
I just thought we needed. Well, we talk about how we should always get branded stuff. It wasn't like it was that I put that much thought into it. Actually, I think.
Explain how you got that.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I had no idea that the process you have to go through to get something like this. I thought you probably. I'm used to going to suppliers and you got to get 30 of them at $22 a piece.
Well,
to get them, and so explain to our listeners.
I did look into that. I did look into that. I had to do a little market research to see what was going to be the cheapest, but getting anything in low quantities, the easiest route is Amazon. So I just went to Amazon, and just looked up custom mugs. I mean, there's also Etsy. Etsy's a great place as well, but they just don't, because you send you directly to like a small business. It's not necessarily as quick, which I kind of think is actually who I ended up sending the request to anyway. Like, you order it on Amazon, but it sends it out to a small business. So obviously Amazon isn't producing this, but
sure.
There was such a quick turnaround. Like, you guys weren't supposed to get your mugs for another 5 to 7 days. So from today, that's just.
And that was during the holidays.
Yeah, because I ordered this.
It was one of those. It
on
was
Christmas
one of those under promise over deliver things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mug got here. Yeah, my mug was supposed to get here on. So this will come out on Monday, tomorrow, Tuesday, and your guys' wasn't supposed to be here till next week. So
what
we
kind
all
of
got them
graphic?
early.
What kind of graphic do you have to send them? What form of graphic?
Well, so it kind of depends on the seller, but for these, it was just upload a JPEG, PNG. There are a couple other file formats,
but they would take a
JPEG. Yeah.
Okay.
They just want it to be a high resolution JPEG.
Okay.
Yeah, the better the quality you send them, the better it's going to.
And PNGs, for like what we want, PNGs are the best because they're transparent. So transparent.
What do you
high
mean
quality.
by that?
Transparent, so it takes out the background. So like for this logo, I took out the it doesn't have the background in it.
Sure.
JPEGs can't do that.
Okay, PNGs can.
Yeah, PNGs can. And PNGs are better for, also just in general, they're better for web upload, if anybody's curious.
Might be getting a little off
They
topic.
keep higher.
I think the whole deal is people are using. So what's happened is you got this guy that probably also has an Etsy shop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't save the package, but I probably could have figured out where it came from. And he's probably got an Etsy shop, but he's also going through Amazon as a distribution channel because, Amazon has free shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
which is a whole nother story we can talk about free shipping and
Well,
how much free shipping is really such a big thing.
right.
There's no such
Well,
thing as free.
not in this day and age.
No, but
Since we got
perceived free shipping.
right. So since we got the graphics person on there, one of the things I struggle with is when you have a JPEG file, how do you
Mm-hmm.
make that into a PNG file? Do you
A
just change
There's a
graphic
the
couple
name
of
of it,
designer.
or
No,
no. So there's a
a
couple ways to do it.
professional.
So you have a Mac, right,
right?
Randy? Okay, so we'll
Yes.
just do a little step by step for all of our Apple users. I can't remember how to do it on a PC or Dell, but
Oh yeah, I've got an Apple sitting in the closet.
yeah, you do.
Huh.
So what you do is you're gonna go to, if you have your apps, you open up your apps, or if you have them in the bottom, you
Right.
go preview. There's a little preview app.
Uh-huh.
So when you click on, sorry, let me backtrack. When you open up any JPEG, it'll automatically open this preview.
Okay.
Okay, for you.
So you open the
Nine out
file
of
first.
Yep, 9 out of 10 times it'll open up the preview, and then you're gonna go to it's file at the
Uh-huh.
top,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna go to export, and then it'll give you a little blurb. It'll pop up, and it'll say format, and it'll probably, so if it's like an Apple image, it'll be an HEIC, or it'll be a JPEG. So if you like have your JPEG, and then you'll hit that format, and you'll just take it down, scroll down to PNG, click on that, and then save it, and it'll save it as PNG. So it'll save a copy of it in the correct
So really, you're
format.
just saving a copy of it as a PNG. There's no gyrations or anything you have to go through. Because I run into trouble when I'm dealing with graphics people. They're like, okay, we need a PNG, or we need a high resolution file, and I get to overthinking it too much, thinking I
Yeah,
have to
it's
do a
not
bunch
really
of
that
bullshit.
hard.
There's
It's
just
kind of lame when somebody asks you to do it for them, but sometimes.
So you're telling me that I spent $80,000 in private college tuition to send my daughter to
No.
graphics design and because that's actually a lot of what I ask her to do is, hey, turn this into a high.
Well, there's other ways to do it. That's just like a quick little image. I don't even know if it's maybe necessarily the best way. That's just the way I do it.
sure as hell seems the easiest way.
There's other ways to do it. Like you can go into Photoshop and other stuff.
Right, right.
I
What's
probably
your
just pissed off a lot of
graphics?
people.
What's your graphics program of choice?
Me?
You.
Canva.com.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we use for work.
And that's such I used to use it quite a bit, and since I've got the gal working for me now, she does it, but she does everything in Canva. But it's a really simple program to use,
Yeah, it's
even for a
it's
simple
made.
bastard
Yeah,
like me.
it's dummy proof. That came out. It's just they made
It-
it so that everybody could market their business easier.
yes, that's a good way to put it, and make it easy for everybody.
Yeah. I
And
mean, you
there's
still
only
need I mean, a little bit of an idea of what you're doing. Like you got to know
Sure.
what looks good, and they have templates made. I don't use templates because they're not necessarily ever what I want fully to my
Sure.
graphics to look like, but they have templates made, and that's good for small businesses. But you don't want to be like everybody else necessarily. So like if you use a template, it might have your colors, but it would look like somebody else's graphic,
right.
which is not necessarily ideal.
So, and Canva, what I've noticed when I was messing with it, it's not something to be intimidated by. You
No,
know, it's not like Photoshop or one of those that you got to spend a fortune on, and it takes you 2 years to learn. Like,
no. I actually
you
had never
know,
used Canva before my job, and now I use it every day.
so for
Not
the
good.
average person, that might be a good graphics program for them to use to mess with.
Hmm.
And
Yeah. If you
and if I
got
remember right,
flyers,
it
quick flyers
exports
you need or
easily
something.
into Instagram and all that stuff.
Oh
And
yeah, it has. Yeah, it's made. It's made to make small businesses social media life a little bit easier
yeah, yeah. And can
and
you? No,
marketing
it's
and all
you
that.
can't schedule and stuff with it. It's just more of a design.
No,
That's you get into
it's
other
just the
programs to
design.
schedule stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which, if you guys want to know other programs, let me know. I got a list of them.
Okay,
No, I
interesting.
pay people for that.
Hmm? Yeah, you
No,
do.
I even
I know. I
though
was one
it,
of them for a long time.
even though it was so much easier when it was Emma because
I just did
now
it.
now it's like I mean it's a lot easier to have that in house. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
there's a lot of
and cheaper,
advantages. It it
most likely.
well yes and no, but there's cheaper. But there's other things that you get by having it in house. They kind of have a pulse
Hmm.
of what's
exactly.
going on, right? So they're not just throwing stuff out there. Like, for instance, we've
Yeah.
had by outsourcing, all of a sudden, they'll put a photo up of somebody serving food that we just fired 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened if it was done in house.
Right.
But also, it's kind of like I take to our tax accountant. Um, we used to have a single tax accountant, actually in Van Meter, was our tax accountant out there, old Jack. And he's since passed away. But when Jack was doing our tax accountant, we thought Jack was the best until Jack got ill and then passed it on to the gal that took over his operation. And she wasn't so good. She wasn't very aggressive. And so I was talking to a buddy in Chicago, and he goes, "You really need to talk to my tax accountant." And I'm like, boy, geez, I don't know. And he goes, "No, just talk to him." So I had this conversation with this tax accountant in Chicago and downtown Chicago. And, we had a Zoom call and really hit it off. And I'm like, "Hey, let's just make this transition and try this." But what we
Right.
found is we didn't pay hardly anything more for that tax accountant than we were paying Jack. Okay, we were paying a little bit more, a little bit of a premium, maybe 10 or
Sure.
20% premium to do our taxes. But what we found was they had a whole building full of tax lawyers that were studying the law constantly. So they were bringing people out of college that did nothing but study not Illinois tax law, but Iowa tax law. So
Sure.
they had people that specialized in Iowa tax law. And I was playing I was doing the crypto market. Okay, my guy didn't understand the crypto market, but he's like, "Hey, we know somebody in a firm that specializes in the crypto market." So we bring him
Sure.
in. So all of a sudden now they've gotten bought out. And so now I'm not only dealing with people in Chicago, I'm dealing with people in New York City,
Okay.
but they're just on top of it.
Sure.
They are
Yeah.
tax experts. So there's that balance between getting by
Yeah.
cheap,
Right.
getting what you pay for, getting
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Go
cheap, getting what you
exactly.
pay for, and feeling like, "Hey, I think we've accomplished whatever we do." And that wasn't from a social media, but back
I
to
was
the
gonna say,
social media thing, Emma,
did you
is
just get a
now
ding
I've
on
got
me?
somebody that
God.
they work full time on
Yeah.
SEO, right?
Yeah.
And Emma, SEO wasn't, she knew about SEO, but it wasn't
Yeah.
her level of
No.
expertise. And one
Right.
person,
Well,
she could have spent her whole day on SEO,
yeah.
right?
I
They've
had like
got they've got two
I
full
had
time
like too
people.
many. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got two full time people that do nothing but work on SEO for their clients.
Hmm.
So they have access. So they're looking at how do we get
Well,
that search
right.
engine optimization, which probably in our business gives, getting that Google search is way
Is
more important than
yeah.
that Facebook post or that social media post coming
Right.
up. Now,
Yeah.
Randy, for you, I don't know. Maybe for you in a smaller thing, the Facebook post may be more important than the SEO.
And it is.
Well,
And
I mean, it's SEO is still important. It's probably one of the most important things you could have. So don't like
Don't
push it
discount it.
off. Yeah.
no.
Yeah. You
Well,
still
for
need to have
me,
that. And
I
for
even
people who don't know what that is, it's search engine optimization. I feel like we should actually, because some people
Okay.
actually don't know what
Yep.
that means.
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
And it's when Google goes through and like it'll scan your website and it'll look for certain keywords, and the number of times it sees a keyword, it'll calculate that for you. And if you have it, I mean, there's not like a certain number, but if you have barbecue so many times, when somebody searches barbecue in like a certain certain location or parameter of your business, you'll pop up for them. So
Right.
it's making the search engine optimization is so that Google knows who to show or display for the people in certain areas, just so some people have the background on that.
Right. And
But
so one of the
that's like a
tricks that
simplified.
social media companies do is they write blogs. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can go to a lot of websites. You can go to our website, and I have to really search to find our blog. But I
Yeah.
go find our blog, and if you read our blog, it really doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
It's just it's a bunch of sentences put together that you can tell it's just keyword bingo, that they're trying to get as many keywords in that blog as possible,
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
trying to get that optimization. Same thing with menus. They don't want to see a PDF of a menu because Google doesn't read that PDF of
Really?
a
Yeah.
menu. They would
Yeah.
rather see the words typed out on your, like let's say breaded pork tenderloin. If we're trying to push our breaded pork tenderloin, if the only place on our website that breaded pork tenderloin is on our menu, and it's in a PDF or a JPEG, Google's not going to pick that up.
Sure.
But if it was written out on our
In
menu,
right.
thing. Now the problem is it's a lot easier for us when we go to
Yeah.
change anything about the menu. It's a lot easier for us to just upload that new PDF. It's much more
Right.
convenient than it is for us to go change the website. But
Mm-hmm.
from a Google standpoint, going through that extra work is much better.
Yeah.
So, just little
Yeah.
tricks of the trade that, you kind of get what you, just different levels
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's more important, social
Right.
media post or, social
Oh.
media. I guess it just depends
Eh,
on the business. I
no,
mean,
I
I'm
still
I'm a
think.
big. I think word
Well,
of mouth is more important than anything.
Oh, I
I
agree
could, you could
110% with
definitely,
you.
I could definitely argue that that's valid, but I think, the best thing, which this is gonna be silly coming from me, but the best thing you can do is actually Google, because people aren't gonna know. They aren't gonna know exactly what to look up, on Facebook. So, like, let's say somebody's never heard of Randy's Barbecue, right? But they want barbecue
Right.
catering in Springfield, Illinois. They're gonna look up, barbecue in Springfield, Illinois. They're not gonna go to
Yep.
Facebook, but people do still, search through Facebook, especially after maybe having Randy's Barbecue. They might be like, "Hey, I want to find that guy again," and they might not know what like they're looking for on Google, so they might go to Facebook to maybe look for a picture. People do that, so you actually need to optimize that as well, which is I think something that people don't tend to think about. So like having that extra information and having bios and having all of that stuff in places where you can, which is generally just your like little about blurbs and stuff,
Even
are
though
also
nobody
yeah
necessarily goes
reads
to your
them.
website to reads it,
Yeah. Well, no,
right?
and I'm
To
even saying
reads
on
it. To
Facebook.
read it.
Reads it. That's a term.
On
To
Facebook,
reads it.
like
Sorry, reads it.
Reads it.
on Facebook, like let's go to Smoky D's for instance.
No
You know,
doubt.
we have
It's coming out
we
soon.
what?
The new website.
No, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. So in your information blurb, you got all of this information about, you know, who you are. There you go. All of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that helps people as well on Facebook. So like it's optimizing. You should optimize all platforms. Every place you have, especially from a business standpoint, every place that you have the abilities to put a bio, you should put a bio with a couple of those keywords just because people, I mean, Google is the most important, right? But social media is right under it. And so people will still search for you. So like I could go look up, you know, it won't be necessarily the best results for me because of the fact I just looked up Smoky D's barbecue. But if I looked up barbecue, I looked up barbecue in Des Moines, it's still gonna show me, you know, not maybe the best stuff, but it'll give me posts and things, and I can go look for people, you know, and it'll again not the best person to show this because I have so many friends that work at barbecue restaurants, but it still is, you know, it still has places for you to find that stuff as well. It's very similar, but not as good, I guess, as I should say,
Right.
Google. So you should
Right.
optimize everything. Tag locations. That's a big thing too. I'm learning. Like for a business aspect, you should tag your location.
I've
How
noticed
do you
that.
do
I only
that?
do Instagram when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying when you're doing an
bring-
Instagram post, put a location
Yeah.
in there with it? Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Because
I got you.
because then it'll. So when people, you know, look up, you know, that stuff, it'll ping you as well.
Right. Right.
So
Interesting.
I don't know. There's some marketing tips. I don't know if I'm considered like an expert. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm just
You spend more
I
time at it
just-
than Darren and I do, so yeah, you're an expert at it.
Well, I don't really even do that stuff anymore. I just really do more like the graphic side of it. So it's different. but-
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and like you were saying, like working for, because I work for a school communications firm, right? So there's 30 of us. It's a pretty small firm, but everybody has a different, like I only do like one specific part of the process for what we do for our clients, right? So like I only do like the smallest sliver of stuff so that everybody
How
is
many schools do you have?
well, as a company, I don't know how many we have because everybody gets like a different tier, right? Like you could have, like for you, for instance, you could have just done the social media, or you could have done the social media and websites, or you could have done this
Right.
and that, right?
Right. But like how many schools
So-
are you doing graphics for?
I only create graphics for 5 districts right now, but I oversee 15. And then we do weekly social. That's just our weekly social media. We do weekly social media for 60 districts. I think, yeah, 60 districts as a whole, and then but is growing rapidly. And then when like referendum stuff, that adds. I do like campaigns, so I've done stuff for schools we don't do weekly stuff for, but we did like referendum stuff for them. So I've done campaigns for them. I don't know. It just kind of depends. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah. It's just, it's interesting because scheduling, we were talking before we got on here now, is like, I've been sitting in Florida because I was told to take time off. So I took time off, right?
Right.
I haven't really worked hardly at all.
yeah,
Right.
And I got to get back to work. Driving
Same.
me nuts.
same.
Right.
Ditto.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've been driving people around so they bar to bar and
Right.
whatever, and having my Diet Coke and a water. But it's time. And I'm about overdosed on seafood, but
yeah.
it's good.
You-
I don't think I've
God, you have.
eaten any other protein except for seafood. since I've been here,
Well, that's
which
not
is
a
good.
bad thing.
It's not a bad thing getting my overload, but we just start looking at, I'm thinking about everything, okay, how do we get this calendar? Because I'm surprised it's Sunday, January 5th that we're recording this, right?
Right.
I guarantee tomorrow we're going to get our first request for graduation catering packages.
Do you really think that?
Oh, I
Yeah.
100% agree that. There is moms
Interesting.
that are Johnny on the spot, and and then we're going to get planners for World Pork Expo. And then I start thinking about every year we're like just little things in the restaurant. We start thinking about, gosh, what should we do for? I mean, I know we're a barbecue place, but for Valentine's Day, should we do a red velvet whoopie pie? Should we do just little?
Yes.
Just should we? What should we be doing
Yeah.
from a jar face standpoint? Should we do a red velvet, jar fay? Should we do and all this stuff? And what happens is we get so busy doing everything that we get all of a sudden it's like the
Boom.
day before St. Patrick's Day, and we'll go, oh fuck, we gotta do corned beef, right? That's what
Yes.
happens because it's like nobody has this master calendar saying, hey, we got to push this, we got to push this, we got to push this. So it's like now's that time of year to go, okay, let's go fill the calendar full of reminders
Uh-huh.
of this is coming. And I don't know, I was starting to look at pricing a little bit yesterday, as I was sitting in the bar. They were drinking, I was just on my phone.
Right.
And
As one does.
we were in a nice food truck park, by the way, which we'll talk about. But I was looking at the pricing, and God, I mean, the price of eggs, and I know people have been bitching about the price of eggs. This week, the price of an egg, when we started the breakfast restaurant, the price of an egg was coming in about 19-21 cents.
Right.
Price of an egg today, 45 cents.
Why is that? Do you have any idea?
Well, they blame it on avian flu, or somebody.
Oh,
Somebody said, I read an article about how one egg company is price fixing, and that's driving a lot of the market, and da 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 da. But nonetheless, price of eggs are way up. So it's time to look at that menu because, of course, we buy a lot of eggs.
Oh, I bet you do.
We buy. We buy 30, 60, 90 dozen eggs a week.
Sure.
That's just a lot of money that is coming up. And every little thing about cost, I look at like yesterday, I'm looking at every time somebody orders something in our company through the supplier, I get an email, and I'm very good about checking emails. I get the email and I'm like, why are we ordering premium ham? We only order that we switched over to a different ham, which was really just as good as our other ham. It doesn't look as good but we're slicing it up, and for the most part, we're chopping it. We're chopping this ham because half of it goes into ham balls. We make a lot of ham balls. So if you're dicing ham into ham balls, why would you use a premium ham, right?
Right.
You're just using a regular ham. So actually, at the breakfast restaurant, we like the ham that costs less better than we like the premium ham, right? When we made a ham steak on the grill, it looked better. It was just better. And so I look, here comes an order for our premium ham, and it's $1.40 more than the ham we're supposed to order. I'm like, hey, why are we ordering this? Holidays are over with. I mean, I agreed if it was a holiday ham, we were going to use the premium ham because it looks better on the plate. But what are we doing? Oh, yeah, sorry, forgot. Forgot? Forgot? I mean, we go through a lot of ham.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Forgot?
Yikes.
So, it's like, no. So it's like the devil in the details. Once again, got to pay attention to every single thing. But yeah, just getting off on the right foot. January, it's like, I'm like, God, we're halfway through January, but we're not. We're January 5th. We can still save this. We could still get on the right
Yeah.
get on the right
It is.
path. And
I will say, January starting in the middle of the week has made it feel longer. Because I agree. I was like, my God, January's already halfway over. And it's like, no. JK, LOL. It's not.
Yeah.
JKLOL. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
look.
LOL. Got that, Randy?
Yeah.
Might want to use that one.
JKLOL.
There's a couple acronyms for you. I can steal your segment. Easy.
That'd be fine. I've got one,
No.
but
It would not be as funny.
it's not as good as I've had in the past, but it's still.
God. Hey, Emma, I do have a follow-up from last week.
I don't want to talk about it. You already read it to us.
From a listener. I think listeners need to hear this.
I just heard. I understand. I made a mistake.
I really do think so. I get this from an IT friend of ours.
My mask.
The text said, "Your hosts don't know shit. I work for a sales company. It's a steady stream of fucking millennials that want to watch YouTube all day and work remote. It's a revolving door. 10 hired to get one. I see the internet traffic. They can't hide it." Right?
Well, technically, I'm not a millennial. I was referring to Gen Z.
I don't think we weren't trying to age classify anybody. We weren't
It was
trying
just
to.
people not wanting to work in
A
the
you for
office.
them.
No, it's fine.
The whole conversation was about relationships with customers and how it's changed, because it started out with selling heavy equipment and that relationship
No, yeah, it definitely
based
has.
sales, and it's
But-
just a whole different world.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and we're trying to get our online ordering launched at It's My Jam, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's just a damn nightmare.
It always has. I mean,
It's just-
launching online ordering has always been. I feel like.
It's just a nightmare. And so I see you could actually go on this morning and order it. And so I go in and it's got the add-on menu on there, and I'm like, we got this thing live, but I said, delete the add-on menu right now. Let's just get so we can order some stuff. Well, okay, you can order a blueberry muffin top. What do you think is going to happen when we order one of those? That was an idea that we had to start off with, but we've never. You can go
Oh,
on
so
and
the
order.
menu's outdated.
Yeah, I don't know.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know. But just things is, if we're going to push the button and go live, then we probably should go look at it from a customer's point of view. I think you
That
may
was
have
kinda
heard
always
that
my
from.
job.
I think you may have heard that from me before. Is
Right.
go look at it. Like I tried to go online. I'm like, I'm going to order a cinnamon roll, and it's like, cinnamon roll. Do I want no icing? And then I go to the bottom and I can do. It just looks like dog shit. I'm like, just take it down. Just take it down.
That was kind of always my job, was to look at it from the customer's point of
It's
view.
just like, just like,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, hey, I don't know if I told you guys. You guys might enjoy this. I can't remember if I told you. I might have. So I'm going back to school. Woo!
For what?
One class and one class only.
For what?
Ready?
Yep.
Intro to Artificial Intelligence.
Oh yeah, you did tell us about that. I think that's a great idea.
She did?
Yeah, she told
you
us
might have
that.
been one of those moments where you had run off and I was just talking to Randy.
Intro to Artificial Intelligence.
Yeah, DMAC. Good old
Yeah?
Des Moines Area Community College is offered an intro to artificial intelligence, and I was like, heck yeah, sign me up.
Is that remote, or do you get to go?
It's remote. Duh. As little human interaction as possible. Did you just ask if it's an online platform. Of course it's going to be an online class. That's just silly.
I didn't know you said DMAC. DMAC's right across the street.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No, it's one of their online classes.
I wonder, so let's think about this. I wonder if I can work a deal out with DMAC. So during the online class, that it will prompt at the top of the screen, and or that I can say, hey, can I put a thing to, if it's in the morning you're taking it, it pops up an order that you can order. It's my jam. Click here and we'll have it DoorDash to you. Or in the afternoon, the ornery chicken or Smoky D's, and do a little pop-up window to entice all you work from homers and you online classers. Oh wow, that sounds kind of good. Maybe just a little image of an omelet or something up there.
Right.
Saying,
you could
wow, yeah, I think I want that. Boom, instant gratification.
Here's the problem with that. I'm not
What?
trying to think about it this way. Because it's the Des Moines area community college, so they have multiple locations, right? Not just the one in Ankeny. That's just
Yeah,
their
but
big head.
we can limit that. I mean, they can.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, maybe
Geofence it.
That popped up.
Ooh, geofence it. Ooh.
If that popped up on my page, I'd be like, oh, that sounds nice, but cost an arm and a leg to get to me, so I'm not gonna do that because I'm on the south side of Des Moines. You know. But if you put up, I don't think, if you do a geofence.
Well, I think the answer is free. I think the answer is free. So I was having a conversation.
Did we just talk about this?
I was having a conversation with your mom yesterday.
Ooh, I love talking
Right?
to my mom.
Or maybe it was yesterday, day before, Friday. I was on my morning walk and we were dealing with a couple business things, and I was walking, and then finally I just sat down and conducted business so much that I was there for like an hour, and Sherry's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just sitting in the bay here by all the yachts working." Oh, are you coming back? And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to
As one
after
does.
I'm going to get
I also love working.
I'm going to
by
get a
the yachts.
coffee, and then I'm going to walk back, right?" So anyway, another whole story, but anyway, so we were talking about shipping, and she went to buy something online, and when she went to check out, they wanted to charge her $6.99 shipping. She's like, "No way," even though the price of that item with shipping was still very reasonable.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But she could go to Amazon and get something for the same price, but it was free shipping. She would go to Amazon and get free shipping, and I think that's true for most people. Even me, I would look, if it was free shipping, I'd go, "Oh, free shipping," even if it was a little more.
Yes.
Started
exactly.
the episode.
And so this Amazon thing has taken over the world from a free shipping standpoint, because it's like I don't even now. It's like I needed a meat mixer. They broke the meat mixer at 2nd Avenue, and as you know, we mix a lot of sausage. I mean, we mix 250 pounds of sausage.
That's a pretty
on a
important
weekly.
thing.
So
Yeah.
our 50-pound meat mixer. So it broke a couple weeks ago. I took it to my buddy Larry. He welded it up, got it all welded up, and then this week it bent. Now I have no idea what they're doing. I have no idea why this thing's bending the arm. If they're, I don't know.
Lugging
I
it
have
full.
no idea. Well, it's a 50-pound meat mixer, and we only mix 20 pounds at a time. So I have no idea.
Right.
I have no idea what's happening. But anyway, so I'm like, okay. So I sent a message to the company saying, "Hey, I need to buy a new paddle for this meat mixer." And they're like, "All the emails will be replied to within 24 to 48 hours.
Sure.
My God,
blah,
within
blah, blah,
within 2 minutes, they replied back to me and said, "Hey,
Oh,
can you
really?
send us a picture? Can you send us a picture of the paddle and the mixer itself?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, boom. Hey Jim, send me a picture." 5 minutes later, he sends me a picture. Boom, I send it off to him. Now we're on the 24 to 48 hour business day thing, because not a fucking word back.
Oh, shit.
But anyway, so I'm like, I need to get a meat mixer, right? So the last one I ordered directly through the company, but I can go to Amazon and get it. And so last time I went to the company, I had a hard time getting my credit card to go through. I was trying to order some little blades, and I fought trying to get any credit card of mine to go through this online pay. I have no idea why, but I could not get any credit card to work. And it was just, I don't know if it was user error, what it was. I'm like, just frustrated, closed it down, whatever. So I went to Amazon, paid the same price, and
And got
make
free
sure I'll be there
shipping.
tomorrow. Be there tomorrow, free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so the free shipping thing, it's like DoorDash charges all this extra stuff. It's like, okay, when are they going to say, hey, it's free? You know, when are they going to say it's free, but it's just a markup of the actual price and they're taking your price, menu price, and just marking it up a certain percentage and
I don't know
it's
if
in
they
the price
will.
of the food. One thing we have noticed about DoorDash, though, DoorDash, and I think they've put a lot of drivers on this hourly rate
Okay, wait, before you get.
because, yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
okay. So, thinking that logic, technically, Amazon's free shipping is for Prime members
Right.
who pay
Yeah, but if
a
you're not a
fee, right?
$99 a month or a year,
Yeah.
Right, but they pay a fee to
$100 a
have.
year.
I know, it's a steal, but I'm saying that you pay a fee for that. Technically, DoorDash does that as well. If you get Dash Pass, you pay a fee. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but you pay a fee and you get free delivery. So technically, same thing, just a little different. But continue.
Well,
Okay.
why wouldn't you do that?
Because I think it's like an outrageous monthly amount. Let me look.
Right. So Amazon's $10, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Or it's $10 or it's $90, $99 a year.
Right. So,
Mm,
how is Amazon doing that? And are they, in fact, eating? Because you're saying you pay the same price for the mixer as you would there as from the company, but somebody's got to pay that shipping.
Well, the company's selling it to Amazon cheaper.
Okay.
yeah.
So you think they're selling it to Amazon cheaper
Oh,
that
guaranteed.
that they have say, okay, if you're going to sell our product, you're going to sell it the same price at standby. You're going to sell it so we can pay the shipping out of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's
Okay,
how
Okay.
so
much?
update on the Dash passing. It's actually $10 a month as well. 96 a year.
So
Yeah.
if you were doing very much DoorDash, why wouldn't you do that?
You should. You should do that. You should also.
But something has changed in the DoorDash system, and whether they've put a bunch
Yeah.
of drivers on whether they put because now we've noticed and I've heard that at the Ornery Chicken at the Ghost Kitchen, we never have a DoorDash order sitting. Most of the time, the driver is sitting there waiting on the order to get done.
I've noticed that. I mean, I've only used it once, but lately. But I also noticed that they were
So,
there remarkably early.
and I know one of the guys at work, his grandson is on DoorDash in a remote. He's out in Grimes or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're paying him per hour to run DoorDash. And I said, "Oh, what do they pay
Mm-hmm.
him per hour?" And he's like, "Oh, like he gets like $14 an hour or $15 an hour." And I'm like, "Okay, so he gets $15 an hour, but he has to use his own car and gas."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so the kid's probably making $5 an hour. That
Exactly.
doesn't
Right.
make much sense, but
We talked
you
about
know,
that a little bit last week.
yeah.
It doesn't make
But
any sense.
but to each their own. They learn.
Yeah.
Give them something to do. Gets more traffic on the road.
And back to this
That's what
Amazon deal, they're able to move so many of those mixers because it's on Amazon that they can
Yeah.
Yeah,
force the supplier to lower their
yeah.
price and say, okay,
Oh
if you want us
yeah.
to have it out here,
One, if you don't
100.
move it, if you don't, because we looked at going into the Amazon warehouse with barbecue sauce and stuff, but you have to move so much, and if not, then they
Yeah.
charge you so much a month stocking fee,
uh
Oh,
huh.
that makes
and
sense.
then when something outdates, they don't send it back to you. They just write it off and charge it to you.
Oh, do they
Ooh.
really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
there's no money to be made selling small items like that. But
You
I
don't
think
Right.
think you would make money?
no, no. But I think
Comment
the
below if you're a
whole
listener and you think he would make money off that, because I do.
I think Amazon, I mean, to me, Amazon is not a product company. Amazon is a big, huge logistical expert,
Right.
right? It's all
I
their
would agree.
systems. And if I could buy Amazon's system to do anything, if I could buy Amazon Junior to run my catering business,
Yeah, we know.
I would. I mean, that's what
We know.
drives me crazy. Nobody can do that.
How about you just send a text to good old Jeff Bezos and say, "Hey, can I borrow this?"
Well, but everybody's
I'm
always
sure
so
you
pissed
know
off
him.
at. Everybody's always so fucking pissed off at him
But they
That's
use
because he
his
fair.
doesn't pay.
business.
Because oh my God, he's the end of the world. But then they fucking that was the thing on New Year's Eve I saw.
What?
It's 12:04 a.m. and Elon Musk has already paid all his Social Security taxes for the year. Okay, well he paid them, didn't he?
Yeah.
Why should he pay any more in Social Security tax than you? Right? He's only going to get the same amount that you are in Social Security tax, right? Isn't that what Social Security tax is? You
Right.
pay in, so hopefully you get something out. So why should he pay more? Because it's the government's way of a personal 401k, right?
Exactly.
So nobody else you're getting that money back. So you put so much in a year and then you max it out and then you don't pay anymore. Okay. So he's already maxed it out in 4 minutes. Why should he pay more?
Right.
Does that mean he gets more back? Fact of the matter is, he's never going to take Social Security. Fact of the matter is, I'm not sure whether I'll ever see any Social Security. And Emma, I guarantee you're never going to see any, and you're paying it in every week.
Yay. Anyway. Anyway. Yeah.
But anyway, I think we should sell
Sick.
Jarfays online. I think we should. It started about selling stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think we should package, because part of this whole, the Cheesecake Kitchen is officially done. Okay.
Woo.
Okay.
Well, it's done. We're waiting for the final cleaning is this week, and then we take possession of it, and then we'll start moving stuff in. But it's done from a construction standpoint. But then, one of the big things she wanted that kitchen for was that she can now ship cheesecakes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she's got to figure out this whole shipping thing, and whether we have a Shopify account and whatever, or whether she does, I guess. I'm sure I'll be a consultant on that type stuff. But,
Sure.
so I'm thinking about Jarfays. I'm like, think about Jarfays. They're frozen. So we sell 6 packs of Jarfays, large, small, 12 packs, whatever. There's not a lot of cost in those things. And we could probably sell that, and we have the trademark on them. Right now,
Hell
we
yeah.
have the official trademark. So
Woo.
how do we ship those babies off? Put them in a cooler. You send them out frozen solid.
Right.
How long
It's
did
not
it
like
take you to get the trademark on that?
A year and a half.
Okay, Jarfays have not been around that long, have they?
Yeah,
The name has.
I think so.
Holy shit.
I think it took a year and a half.
Wow.
I didn't think they've been around that long. Sorry, continue.
But anyway, so I'm not sure what that got me. A little R.
Yeah. A
Got me an
TM.
R and a $3,500.
No, I got you a
bill.
TM. Got you a TM.
Oh, is that what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, trademark.
Whatever. We don't even label them anyway, so that means I've got to put a sticker on it that says Jarfay on it now, which is
TM.
going to add another 50 cents.
Everything costs something.
Everything
Yeah.
costs something.
Everything
Nothing is
costs
free.
something. It's kind of like I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's in a relationship.
Wow. Crazy.
He's in this relationship, and it's kind of like you get what you pay for. You've heard the term sugar daddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was thinking he was getting into a sugar daddy relationship.
Sugar mama.
or sugar mama, but instead
unless he
he
swings
ended
that
up
way,
in a
'cause we
Splenda
don't judge
daddy
here.
relationship.
So it was fake sugar.
It was Splenda. He's getting putting out all the money, but not getting any benefits. Kind of like Splenda. It sweetens things up, but you don't have all the benefits of sugar. So he's a Splenda daddy for a girl now. So
That is the funniest thing I think I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard anybody refer to it like
a
that.
Splenda daddy.
Splendid daddy.
Yeah.
Splendid daddy.
That is hilarious.
I've been waiting all the time recording how trying to work it in someplace and where would be a good place to work it in.
You know, I got a message.
But some, from what I've heard, I've never dabbled because that's crazy. But from what I've heard, some people don't want anything. They just want somebody to give money to. It's weird. But
Whatever.
Yeah, I got a message from the restaurant last night, totally unrelated, but I got a message from the restaurant last night. Somebody said, "Hey, did you hear about Jason, who is a very customer in there every single day?" And he actually goes to the other breakfast restaurant that I go to breakfast at every day. And he helps them out. He's a business consultant and does stuff. And they said, "You hear about Jason?" I said, "No." And he goes, "He had a stroke." And I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
So yeah, had a massive stroke in ICU for a couple of days, and now he's out in a room at Mercy. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to dig it out. And hear about, it was probably an hour later, hear the phone rings. It's Jason. And so I was right in the middle of dinner, so I didn't answer it. But then after dinner, I came outside, and so I called him back, and
Sure.
he's like, "Darren, quit working so hard." And I said, "What?" He goes, "Quit working so hard. Doctor told me I got to quit working so hard." And he was all over the place. And he's 55 years old and had a stroke, massive stroke.
Wow.
He was in a coma for just a little bit of time in ICU and whatever. And come to find out, he had a stroke at 49 and had another stroke at 55.
Wow.
And I'm like, "Jason, I'm not working hard. I'm sitting in Florida by the pool." He goes, "Well, you know what I mean." And so anyway, but he's like, "It's just weird," because he said, "My mind is just this box of marbles. I don't know where I'm at." I mean, he was very clear and fluent. And then all of a sudden he was just out in fucking left field. And his wife
Really?
was next to him, and she'd bring him back. He goes, "Yep." He goes, I said, "When are you going to get out of there?" He goes, "I think I'm getting out of here on Friday." "What day is it?" I said, "Saturday." He goes, "Oh, fuck. Guess I'm not getting out of here on Friday." I mean, he was just all over the place, whatever.
Right.
But his doctor, just the stress, and he's an independent consultant, just the stress of working.
Sure.
And he's a very high strung guy. And his doctor's like, "You got to quit working so much. You got to quit working so much." But yeah, he's crazy. Crazy world. Seems like
But then
a
what's he
lot
gonna
of
do?
younger people
But
do. I don't
then
know.
what's he going to do? What's he
Yeah, I
going to
don't
do
know.
besides work?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've went a week without working. Drive me fucking nuts.
Same here. I mean, there's no way I could retire
No.
I could.
because I would just I've been about to go fucking bonkers. We here between the holidays, with nothing going on, and it's just like I've never been so caught up on paperwork and planning, and okay, we're doing this, we're going to do that, and you get that done up, and then it's just like, what are we going to do next? Today's an
Yeah.
exciting day. Oh, it's starting to snow more here in Central Illinois, so finally getting some snow. So
Yeah, you're going to get blasted.
yeah, we're supposed to get 14 inches, so 7 to 14.
You got the snow blade put on the minivan or what?
No, I got the snowblower out.
Wow.
I bought a snowblower back in 2019, and it's probably only been used twice.
Did you start
And
it?
yes, I started because I use that treated fuel that you buy in a little kerosene jug, like you'd get Coleman lighter fluid in, and for when you're camping. And that's what I used in it the last time because they said that's what to use in it, and then that way it'll start. plugged it in, started first time over. So
Oh.
I went in and asked him, I said, I can use gasoline in this, can't I? They go, sure. Just make sure your last gallon of gas you put in it is the treated gas. Because if you don't, we've got 7 snowblowers sitting over in the shop that need new carburetors put in because the carburetors rust up and all that stuff.
Yeah,
They
you
said,
should always
or-
use premium. Always use premium gas too. Always use premium.
Oh, yeah.
Never use ethanol in a generator or anything. Always use premium gas.
So I bought 2 more gallons of that gas in a
Yeah.
container, and that's what I'm going to use because, I mean, I actually went out there with the idea I'd end up fucking around with that thing all afternoon trying to get it started and tear up something. And she started right off and convinced me of that 4-cycle fuel is the way to go if you're going to have something set for.
Did you get Marla some mittens and coveralls and stuff so she can do the sidewalks? And
She's already got them.
okay,
She's already got them.
I went to the here in Florida. I went to the hardware store yesterday trying to find a shovel so I could shovel sunshine while you were.
Well, it looks like the sunshine's starting to come in.
It's starting to come in. It's getting pretty bright, but
be careful.
Yep. Getting pretty bright. I mean, it's cold though.
Oh,
what's the temperature?
How cold is cold?
Well, I mean, it's been 50 degrees in the morning, which is
holy
bad.
shit.
That's ideal. I love me some 50 degree weather.
It's going to get up to 75, 76 today. But even the other day, they were in the pool. It was 70 degrees. Are you flipping me off?
Yeah.
It was 70 degrees, and they were in the pool, and but the pool I got heated to 84,
Let's see.
So it was nice. But
It feels like 0 degrees in Des Moines right now.
oh, yeah, poor
It's
bastards.
12.
Huh. Well,
That's the way it is.
that's the way it is when
Yeah.
you work from home.
My house is
Oh.
heated, so I could go wherever I wanted. I choose to work from this
Now,
house.
if you went to them and said, "I want to move. I'm going to move to Florida," would they have a problem with that?
I have 3 coworkers in Florida.
And they're working on Iowa stuff,
Yeah, they're working. We work for schools all over the country.
right?
I only have a couple of schools in Iowa. I have a
So
school
I
in
guess there was
Pennsylvania
a
that I
lot
do
of that.
stuff for.
There was a lot of
Yeah,
people,
there's-
especially when it was COVID, when I was in Puerto Rico,
Well,
that were
yeah.
living down
I was
there.
in Puerto
'cause-
Rico when COVID started. It's
Yeah,
a good life.
Were they working, Randy?
partially they'd come by the restaurant some, and there was a couple that I got to know friends with. They were both accountants for a accounting firm in downtown Chicago, and so with COVID and everything, they could go wherever they want. They're like, let's just
Yeah.
go to Puerto Rico. So they moved down to Isabella, where I was at, and then they got the dreaded news they had to go back in the office, and so they were gonna.
That's
they were
never
gonna
going to
be
happen
moving.
to me.
That's
were gonna
happening.
move.
That's happening a lot with a lot of people right now.
Especially, how would you like to be some of those government workers?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Our company's based out of Wisconsin, so I'm not really. There's so many of us in Iowa that we would never go to an office. Because then so many of us would have to move. So, bummer. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I got a standing desk and a walking pad. I'm like a whole new person. I don't even have to go outside to get exercise.
They'll find
I
you
will.
one day in there. Nobody's seen you for 7 weeks or something, and you'll be all hibernated up in there.
I think Lane would start to get concerned after so many days.
After so many days.
Yeah.
Boy, this is getting serious, Randy.
Yeah, it is.
After-
Really?
I haven't heard from Emma in 16 days. I better go check on her.
Yeah.
Actually,
And then
it
you
would
get
probably
afraid
be,
to
if he
open
hadn't
up the
heard from
door.
me, if he hadn't heard from me in a day, I think he would start to panic because I love to text. I'm a big I like to talk to everybody, but not physically talk to them. I like to think my thoughts out because I'm a Vic. I like to see it written down so I can think it through a little bit.
Speaking of that, Emma, I do
Yeah.
have to call you out for one thing. I've been on Instagram, right?
Oh no.
So the only thing I seem to ever
See?
do in Florida is I seem to have time to post my food on Instagram, what I'm eating, right? You've probably seen that.
Yeah.
So I'm flipping through my feed, and up comes this feed for Naughty Girl Fitness, right?
Holy shit! Now what is that?
Naughty
What-
Girl.
what-
Well, it's Naughty Girl Fitness, right?
Oh, you saw that I liked that?
Look at the bottom, and look who the like
Dude,
is on the bottom. Liked by Emma
dancing.
Derflinger.
Come on! You can run, but you can't hide.
I saw
I
that.
didn't even read. Okay,
And I'm
okay.
I'm like, oh, I got to record this. I can't wait till her mom hears this.
Okay.
It's so funny. I almost sent it to her mom.
I did not. I didn't
almost sent it
read
to her
her.
mom.
I didn't read her handle at all. I swear on Twyla's life, my dog's life. I did not read her handle. That's fucking hilarious. But I liked the whole concept of just dancing for a workout. I always like those videos.
I'm just like screwing it. I'm trying to figure out why it was in my feed, because my
Oh,
feed. No,
why,
no,
it's
no.
in your
my
feed?
No, really, because my feed really cleaned up to food and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be yoga instructors, and now it's not.
Right.
Now it's, and all of a sudden this pops up in my feed, and I'm like, I just all of a
even
sudden
know I
like
liked it.
look, and I look to the bottom, like,
I know exactly.
well, what? Whoa, hang on, record. Where's that record button?
I didn't even know I liked it. I remember watching the video. I did not know I liked it. That's fucking hilarious.
Isn't that funny? I'm like, oh man, she's getting called out on that thing. Naughtygirl.fitness for all you guys that listen.
Naughty Girl
Yeah.
Fitness.
She's intense.
Yeah, Randy went to a great food truck park yesterday called
Okay.
Bay Street Station in downtown Fort Myers. And it was the same hospitality group owned all the food trucks.
Oh, okay.
And so the bottom layer had three independent food trucks, had a Mexican food truck. They had kind of a burger, hot dog, elevated food truck. And then they had a Asian inspired food truck. And then they had shipping containers. Two of them were bars. Two of them were restrooms. And then they had an elevated area, sun deck, that we couldn't go up there because it was all reserved for a wedding reception. So I looked up this hospitality group, and they did catering, and they ran 3 food truck parks down here.
No kidding.
Really, really good. Yeah, we just split a couple things, and we did at the Bay Street Butcher, which was the thing. We had a hot dog. It was a foot-long hot dog with ketchup and mustard on it. It had a spicy slaw with hot jardinera.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Potatoes.
What is jardinera?
Jardinera, it's like a Chicago style. It's got peppers and carrots and whatever. It's a vinegar type.
Oh.
It's normally goes on Chicago Italian beefs, and you can get it mild or hot.
Got it.
It's a vegetable mix. You can buy it in the store. Yeah. And then it had a hot jardinera on top, and then it had a few jalapenos on top, and then it had them French's potato sticks. Remember when you were a kid?
Yeah.
The potato sticks on top for crunch. It was a damn good hot dog. I mean, I just had a fourth of it. We split it into 4, so I just had a little 3-inch section of it, but it was a great menu, the Bay Street Butcher. And then they had another one that was a hatch chili queso with chorizo and nachos and whatever. They were severely disappointed. It came with a little 4-ounce cup that had 2.5 ounces of queso in it and a little bit of chorizo skimmed on the top and some nacho chips and some pico de gallo. It was pretty disappointing, but we sat right next to this Bay Street station coming out. or the Bay Street Butcher coming out, and we could see all the food coming out. And they had one dish that was Sidewinder fries. Are you familiar with Sidewinder
curly
fries?
fries.
That's what we serve in our
Yeah, the
ornery chicken. But they had Sidewinder fries that were covered in big hunks of deep fried chicken.
Ooh,
And then they had cheese on top of it with ranch dressing and hot honey on top.
man,
And
that
people were
sounds
just
good.
buying that just as fast as they could buy it. I mean, and it was a heaping 9x9 container full. But a really classy place. They had the bars. They were serving. It had bar stools all around and
Right.
palm trees in the middle of it. It only took up like a little bit. I mean, the place was only probably 100 feet wide.
Wow.
But yeah, it was neat. It was really neat.
Yeah, that whole deal with the French's onion sticks, you know,
Yeah, yeah. The
that
French. Well, it was potato sticks. French's potato sticks.
Yeah, French's potato sticks. That's a big thing in Puerto Rico. Pretty well everything you get down there, hamburgers, hot dogs, have
Really?
that on them. Yeah, yeah. And
I tried
it
to
is
find
kind of
it
nice
in
adding
food
some crunch.
service. I tried to find it in food service, and I couldn't find it in food service. But
Really?
yeah,
But yeah, that's a big thing down there. And it really, even for like smash burgers and stuff, you know, they'd put some toppings on it and then put those on there just as a normal thing. And it really added them up.
adds a little crunch.
Adds a little crunch to them. Yeah, exactly.
Got me inspired to make some food dishes.
There you go.
But I can't get off the seafood. That's all I've done is seafood. Scallops,
I don't blame you.
shrimp, grouper cheeks.
I don't either.
snapper.
I'd be the same. I'd be the same way.
I would be the
I'm
same
just
way.
like-
I
just
love
like-
seafood.
Just
I
like
do too.
over the ahi tuna. Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Had ahi tuna. I told him to cut me a steak the other night about 1.25 inches thick. Some bitches cut it almost 2 inches thick, and I'm like, should I cut this in half? I'm like, fucking no. So I set it on the counter, got it up to almost room temperature, and then I seared it off, and everybody thought it was too rare.
Uh-huh.
So nobody wanted to eat it. So I got the whole thing to myself. I thought it was fucking amazing. So
Nice.
now I know how to do ahi tuna. Just
Yeah.
cook it really
Nice.
rare, and then I get it all to myself.
Ooh, that's not done.
Ooh, that's not done. Oh, oh, this is good, but I like it done more. Oh, you want me to go throw it on the grill? No. Okay, then I'm just gonna eat it then.
Nice. All right. I think it's time for everybody's favorite
God,
segment
we're
of
at
the
a
day.
minute. God, we're at an hour 7 for something.
Yeah,
that
I actually
we never
gotta
know
go.
what we're gonna talk about.
We
should
got
talk
into some
about
pretty intense
That's why I
conversations
think
today.
we're going to be doing this for a long time.
And we, like I
between
said,
the
we
three
got
of
into
us-
some pretty intense content and helpful information
Yeah.
today. So
Between
and
the three
everybody
of us,
learned a
we
new
have equivalent
phrase.
to one brain cell.
Oh, and
learned-
wait, we never did mention the Caitlin Clark episode either.
Oh, shit.
She was on New Heights podcast and how her childhood dream was to open a barbecue restaurant in West Des Moines called the Rib Crib, which there's already a Rib Crib, but
Right.
her favorite barbecue meal would be baby back ribs. Wrong. Sorry, Caitlin.
Hey, teach their own.
To each their own. Baby back ribs with mac and cheese and country style, what we call country style green beans with bacon in them,
Right.
The
Right.
best.
or barbecue beans or baked beans,
Right.
whatever. So So should we offer the Caitlin
Yes.
special at Smoky
Yes.
D's?
Yes, you should.
No, we don't
and
have.
you know what?
No, we're not going
You
to
don't
make
have-
baked beans, or we're not going to
Yeah.
make baby backs.
Oh, we'll just make it regular ribs. It's close enough.
It's not the same thing.
Wow. You're right. You're right. But what new word did we learn, Randy?
Splendid Daddy.
Oh,
Splendid Daddy.
Was that the word that you were telling us that you had that you
Yeah.
thought was just
a
amazing?
Yeah. Splendid Daddy.
All right. Respect.
But speaking
Okay,
of
well,
words, now it's time for
It's
the
time for your acronym of the week.
Acronym of the week.
Okay.
And with me working on that, getting that snowblower going and stuff, and it didn't have any problems or anything.
Oh, Jesus.
The alternative would have been, I would have been out in the shed hollering at Marla going, RTFM, RTFM. Or she would be telling me that, excuse me. She would be telling me, RTFM, read the fucking manual.
Read the fucking
Fucking
manual.
manual. I think that's what most guys can relate to.
You should.
Yeah. Yeah, we got new bar stools at the we've been trying to get bar stools at the outdoor kitchen. And
Hmm.
they came in the other day. Luckily Brian Luke was here.
Uh
And
huh.
so I went on my morning walk when I was talking, and I came back and they were putting together bar stool number one. I said, "Man, you guys are doing good at that." So I watched them, and then I just pretended like I was working as they put all four of them together.
And got them
Nice.
all
They
together.
did a great job. They got them all together. Yeah, they look
Read
good.
the
They did a
fucking
great job.
manual.
Read the fucking manual.
Yeah.
I should have read the manual when I put up these goddamn shelves. Look how close that one is to the wall. I fucked up.
I know. I told him. I said, you guys need Emma here. She'd have all these some bitches together."
I love building. I think that was so. Lane got me a standing desk for Christmas. Great present. Best part, I got to put it together all by myself.
I was in Sam's this week and saw they have great big huge Legos.
I just got a new leg. Well, I just started building my last Lego set that I have. It's my big boy. It's a motorized lighthouse. It's pretty sick. But it's taken me a long time, and I was told to enjoy this build, take my time on it. So I have a base, like a rock base, because it's a lighthouse. So I have the base, and then I got to build the lighthouse itself. But it's gonna be pretty cool, and it's gonna go right there, I think.
How do you get the cue the mic thing in your up? Is that on that shelf or is that something on the in the program?
It's
That's
in the
on
program.
there.
I put it in every episode.
Over the,
But Riverside updated, so now it just adds it.
okay.
So that I could automatically just upload this. I won't, because we got to work on audio and I have to add stuff. But
Holy shit! I'm at an 88% upload.
Oh,
yeah, all right.
And we're
Well,
okay.
we're at an hour and 11 minutes. Let's wrap this
Okey-doke.
up and get going. I got plans.
Of course you do.
Surprise. We're with my mom. Anyway,
Brunch.
if you guys haven't already, coffee. Like us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod, or find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Like all the buttons, click all the buttons, leave comments. You know the drill. Randall, take it away,
Randy,
my dude.
Randy, before you do that, you really haven't said anything today that makes Emma go, oh, I guess I did with the porn video. That's fine.
Yeah, the porn video. Yeah.
It wasn't a
Well,
porn
her watching
video.
the porn,
Damn
her
close.
watching porn
It's
videos.
not a porn video.
Because normally you get something that you get the old reaction out of her, which I guess I did that this week with her.
Yeah.
It wasn't a porn video.
Porn fitness. Yeah, damn near
The
porn
fitness
fitness.
porn
I'll send it.
stuff,
I'll send it to you, Randy.
Okay, send me the link, please.
God, you guys are the
Boom,
worst.
done, finished, out of here. Adios.
All right, we'll
Okay.
see you guys
See ya.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Jesus.